Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this very exciting webinar. Personally, my favorite, video marketing and how to drive business growth. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Richard Fala. I'm the founder and CEO of Vbout.com. Vbout is a full suite marketing automation for small marketing teams and marketing agencies. So anybody who is doing email marketing, drip campaigns, social media, landing pages, analytics, all that stuff is provided through Vbout. Great tool, great support. When I'm not building my startup, I'm highly focused on building our community in New York City. So we have about 5,000 marketers, students, digital marketing professionals in large top 500 companies, agencies. So it's a great community. Anybody who needs resources, anybody who needs to hire or even get hired, feel free to use our meetup community to get an outreach going. If you have more questions about how to do that, you can always ask. Other than that, personally, I love playing soccer. I love swimming. I love chocolate. Yeah, other than that, I'm fully committed to building our Vbout platform and growing our community. As you see on the screen, we have our social media channels. We're highly active on them. We have our website, so if you want to get notifications of these future webinar events, videos that we put together, tutorials, blog posts, infographics, all that stuff is available. So just sign up to our newsletter updates or follow us on social media and you'll be able to get those notifications. This webinar will be available to you after we finish. So we'll record this, we'll have them ready as slides. So anybody who couldn't finish it, we will provide you with the copy so you will have access to it at a later time. Let me get started by introducing my other team members who helped put this together. I have Audrey, who is our marketing manager, George, who is our content marketing strategist, Kelly, who will really help orchestrate a lot of this content we're going to be going over, and Justine, who put together slides and the overall design. So with that, you can see this is a team effort. We're putting together a 12 webinar series that's going to teach people how to become digital marketing professionals. We already covered a lot of topics. I think we're up to 9 webinars. So we're discussing everything you need to know on email, social media, video marketing, PPC. Our upcoming webinar, I think, is going to be on analytics. So we're creating this jam-packed 12 webinar series that's going to be available to you so you can learn how to become a digital marketing professional. And if you are already one, this will only help you get on top of the latest and improve. So hopefully we'll get you on board and we'll have you view and give us feedback on our webinars. All right, so let's get started. Before if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the chat. I'll have my associates help you at the end and respond back during the presentations. And any Q&As, we'll take them towards the end. We'll leave about 5 minutes for any questions that you might have. All right, so let's get started. Usually, just like with everything we do, once we want to decide on a channel or taking a long journey in the path of marketing, I always advise to look at the stats of the current effort that you're embarking on. In this case, looking at some video marketing stats, social videos have 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Videos on landing pages can increase conversion by 80% or more. 92% of mobile users share video content with others. And 52% of consumers feel more confident about making a purchase after watching a video or product. So by looking at these numbers, it's a great indication that video is not a joke. So let's go back in time. This is actually the first video that was ever recorded. It's called Around Hay Garden Scene. It lasted for 2.11 seconds by Louis Duprince in 1888. So let me just loop it back because this is an animated GIF. So that's the first black and white recorded video which was shot more than 100 years ago. So video goes way back. So obviously images are still a powerful driving traffic to your site, but video has the tendency to engage more users. Recent advantages in technology made videos much easier to shoot, produce, share, and grow overall. So, this is one of the things that video evolution has witnessed. You can produce high-quality videos easier. So if you're looking at videos 10 years ago, if you want to do it yourself, video production quality sound wasn't that great, which made it difficult for it to become viral. However, now it's much easier. So with your smartphone, you have a great high-res camera. You can buy a good mic for less than $100, and you can get a stand for less than $50. And you have right there your video production powerhouse. So, you have the first. By the way, this presentation is going to include some videos, so we'll go ahead and play them. So social videos started with YouTube, which allowed anybody to share videos, create their own, and have a place for storytelling. This is the first video that was ever published on YouTube in April 23rd, 2005. It was called Me at the Zoo. Great. So it's a quick story. He's at the zoo. Obviously, he looks nervous. The quality is not that great. The audio is, you can hear a lot of background noise. So this is the first video ever published to YouTube. I thought it was exciting to share with you guys. At these days, everyone from businesses to teens are posting videos. They created channels. They're doing live streaming. There's a lot of apps that are taking live streaming to another level, like Periscope. So any one of us right now can simply launch the app and start broadcasting themselves. You have Meerkat, Facebook Live, and soon you will see YouTube with a brand new app. They already have live streaming, but they have a new app that's in the works that's going to be similar to how Periscope and the others operate. And also live streaming events and concerts and conferences. This is kind of how the video is going. So it started with imagery. Video became easy to produce. Now a lot of channels came up. Live streaming is becoming a trend, and this is how things are heading. So there are other ways to use videos or live videos to engage customers. So Experian, which is the credit company, they use Periscope to chat about credit, student loan debt, and how to increase credit scores. And below I've shared an infographic that gives you a quick story of how video evolved from the early 1900s all the way up to 2014, where YouTube focused on creating mini stars through those channels, viral channels. All right, so quick marketing trivia. Do you know what is the first YouTube video to reach over 1 billion views? And I would love to hear or have some comments below. If you answer this correctly, you will get a free premium account on Vbout. All right, so drum roll. Nobody answered. I guess I'll win the free account. And the video was, some of you guessed it but didn't say, it's Gangnam Style. So I'm going to go ahead and play the tune in the beginning. I know most of you like it. Definitely it's been overplayed. Let's analyze it a little bit. So this video went viral for multiple reasons. The first reason, and probably the most important, is that YG Entertainment, which is based overseas, it's not a US company, they had already 1 million followers. So that made it easier for them to get the first a few million views right off the bat. And obviously the higher views you have, the more likely it would appear in searches and things like that. So that helped kickstart the video. A lot of thoughts went into the production. This didn't come just overnight. So mainly they wanted to expand to the US markets. And before making the video, they thought this through. They even figured out ways to do an outreach to certain producers here in the US to try to make this video viral. So other reasons why it went viral is that it caught some media attentions, not only because it's catchy, but they included few celebrities. So the first celebrity that you might see was the little boy dancing in the beginning of the video, who was like an American Idol, not an American Idol, but whatever the country is, it was popular there. The second person was the guy showing up at, I think, 1 minute. Yeah, in this video. This is a comedian, popular comedian as well, so that was a second popular figure. And then you had the guy in the elevator, which most of you probably remember, who was dancing. That was another popular figure. So these three components all combined helped this video go viral. And if you want to find out more about the story behind it, there's a lot of resources online. So after we've looked at some of the stats, let's look at the trends. Where is video headed? And how can this benefit you? So it's predicted that videos will account for 69% of internet traffic by 2017, meaning people coming to places through video. Facebook, YouTube, Snapchats are the leading right now in social media videos or platforms on social media for sharing videos. And Facebook has predicted that very soon most of their feed will be in video. This is why they've focused on the future of 360 interactive videos on your phone. Related videos are very smart on Facebook. I actually think they're smarter than the YouTube algorithm. So here are great things to look at and consider. On the left is a quick chart. It says percentage of users watching videos under 5 minutes every day, and those who watch more than 5 minutes on a daily basis is more than 58% of video users. Great numbers, and it's only increasing. So according to Forbes, trend will continue to grow. So most of the videos you might see, these are some of the things you might find. Branded video content. You have video landing pages where you have, as soon as you land somewhere, before you give your email, they might have a video showing. Live video streaming, some of the trends as well. Using videos in email campaign. This is not quite universal because some email clients do not support that still, but that will be something in the future, and there are a way around it. Using animated GIFs, I've used this extensively in here. And that was a repeated post, but also personalized videos. So in the near future, you'll be able to see your name or the company name or something relevant to you show up in videos. There's a lot of companies who are putting initiatives in this where a video could be personalized based on the person. Okay, so what goals can you achieve through video? So the number one benefits is that you're going to get a higher engagement rate. People pick up visuals through video, actually through images more than text, and through videos more than images. We process visuals 60,000 times faster than we process text, and you can lose someone 1 to 2 minutes from of reading, but through videos you can keep them engaged for much longer. So some benefits from or goals from using videos. One of them is you can increase your ranking. Obviously having a good content because video is much harder to create than a paragraph. So video content and video search overall still have or easier to get ranking through video than you would do through organic search on text. It also have great social media effects, so they're easier to share, easier to watch, and a lot of channels probably only push out videos on their social media. You can see the video. Obviously, you watch the video, you can easily share it, and sharing a piece of video that's viral it means a lot more than sharing a paragraph of text, because the engagement on the video will most likely be shared and then reshared. The other thing is increase your site likability and trust. I showed you before 52% of consumers trust the brand or the product more after watching a video about the product. The retention rate tend to be higher for sites with a video. So these are great things and great indications why you should invest or start working on your video marketing strategy. Video has better opt-in rates based on feeds, so people subscribing to video feeds more and more these days. Before, subscribers on YouTube, or people didn't even know that they can subscribe on YouTube. Now most YouTube viewers know they can subscribe to your channel and get updates. There's also lower competition because not everybody has figured out how to crack video, how to use it properly and effectively. And now other channels have realized that they need to introduce video into their content. Things like LinkedIn or places like LinkedIn is one of them. They're always lagging behind, and I think they're trying to catch up. Hopefully Microsoft buyout is not going to kill their progress. And also using video in blogging on your blog is a great way to increase engagement and probably increase your lead generation tools. So personalized customer experience. You can guide visitors through your site the same way you might do at the store. There are a lot of tools. I forgot the name of one of them. I think it was called Video Monkey or something similar. And what they do is you can create multi-level sales videos and send these sales videos to CFO or C-level executives and kind of see their engagement with your videos. So you can onboard them, video 1, video 2, video 3, and there's ways to do it effectively so you can increase your video funnel, or so they call it. And also through personalization, you can make assistance and onboarding friendly. We use videos in our onboarding, in our help center. That stuff definitely offloads some of the need for our support to be answering simple questions like how do you connect, how do you compose an email, things like that. It also helps your the stickiness of the site and decrease your bounce rates. So the bounce rates can definitely decrease if with video, or even people will stay on the site slightly longer because somebody coming to your site might spend 7 seconds before they take the next step. If you have a video, they might stick around for longer, depending on the length and the quality of the video. All right, so let's talk about getting started. A lot of people have no idea where to start. They don't have a strategy in place. So there are several types of videos to consider. First, obviously, you need to choose what type of video you're making. Are you making a testimonial video? Are you doing an explainer? Are you doing interviews, projects and case studies, live and on-demand webinars? You have video blogs. You have product demos and events as well as live streaming. So these are some of the types of videos you can consider. There might be more, but I'm just focusing on these for now. So the second thing is asking your questions, the main questions. What drives the most business? Is it video or others? What do I want to sell more of? Do I need to sell more subscription? Am I doing the video so I could drive more leads? So the purpose, what do I want to sell more? What is the concept I'm trying to explain? What are the common questions that the user asks before they buy my product or they make a purchase or a sign up? What requires the most support? And in our case, we figured out the top 10 questions and we've made videos on these. And what parts of my business are confusing? Obviously there are a lot more questions that might take place, but these are some of the critical questions you might want to ask. Based on the objective, these are some video marketing stats. Increasing brand awareness, you have 52% of the video types online are increased brand awareness. You have increased lead generation, online engagement, all the way down to increased direct sales. So brand awareness is definitely one of the winner objectives of making marketing videos. So important tips on creating video. Make your video all geared towards explaining one purpose. So If you want to highlight, for instance, your product, don't mix that up with a testimonial or a demo of your random feature. Try to focus on making your video geared towards one purpose, and if if you have multiple purposes from the video, try to break it down into multiple. Also, for long-lasting content, don't plan to regularly produce videos over time. Some videos have more longevity than others, mission statements and things like that. So obviously, every type of video videos live longer. Certain types of videos live longer than others. So if you're talking about a product video, in 3 to 4 year time, you might change your product. You might add new things, remove things from from your offering, and obviously the video that you made 3-4 years ago is meaningless. This is why you calculate the longevity of the videos and figure out accordingly what to produce. I've made a video about 8 years ago on how to set up and secure your router, and I'm still getting views and likes and comments on it. So that video will live on for a long time. It doesn't have, I mean, obviously maybe another few years with the technology changes, but it's longer than video that I made on the Vbout product about three years ago when we first started. So some of the resources you need, obviously you need a budget. You need to set up, if you're hiring a professional, or even if you're doing it yourself, you need some sort of a budget in mind. And the people who are going to be shooting the video or being shot at in the video. Determining your goals. So what are you trying to do? Are you doing promotional video or others? The big question is, based on your budget and based on the above, do you do it yourself and outsource it to a company? And there are positives and negatives for each. It depends on your purpose of doing this. So if you have a decent budget, it's definitely good to explore and get some quotes from professionals who knows exactly what to do it, because a lot of things are involved in making a video versus just shooting any kind of shot or a live shot. So hiring a professional not only can give you an idea about the cost, but also can put your vision in perspective. So use that to your own benefit. So it's possible to produce videos and do them yourself. There's a lot of tools online. We have an appendix at the end. We shared with you a few tools that you can explore and trying to build things yourself or do videos yourself. So here's a breakdown of the video cost. This is a video production company who broke down the costs associated with producing professional video. So you can see here the most time and money spent is on on-site photography, videography, meaning taking the person who's going to shoot the video, produce it, take the lighting on set and all that. Then you have the editing, which usually every 5 hours of video shot you can produce 1 minute of video. Huge ratio. Then you have logistics, themes and creative, putting everything on storyboards and creating that initial script. So these stuff are take part of the video production cost, which is why hiring a professional can help you put this in perspective. So things that might affect the pricing, you have the pre-production time, like how many cameras you'll need. Do you need one angle or multiple, which involves multiple cameramen and more equipment, of course. Do you need motion graphics, or you do not need motion graphics? Is it just live people talking, or is it does it involve creating the graphics? And obviously, when the graphic moves on the screen, it requires multiple variations of that same graphic. So it takes a lot of time to produce creatively this type of content. You can produce an amateur video for a few $100s. If you have a budget and you like to learn how to, how you can get a cheap budget video just because you want to learn, or you want to use it for, if you're testing your product with a very small market, it's good to kind of spend on small budget video and test it out that way. Usually from experience, the average rate for a 1 to 2 minute video can cost about $5,000 to $6,000. It's either per minute, or you can negotiate it per the length of the video below 2 minutes. It really depends on your negotiation skills. Let's talk about the video length, because it's an integral part of how much you achieve. So the longer your video, the more likely you'll have less people finishing the videos. Service or product video should be 1 to 2.5 minutes, which is a good length. Keeping it within the minute and a half is usually recommendable. Anything above that might be required for certain products versus others. Social media videos should be short, 15 to 30 seconds, just because people are skimming and watching a lot of videos versus one, so you want to make it nice and short. The screen on the right side will show you a little bit how the video starts. So you have 80% go through the first 30 seconds of the video. And I will show you later how Facebook actually measures this. And then you have your video length moves 2 to 3 minutes, and then you have 62% viewers stay halfway. And from there on, things will start to decrease as the video progresses. This is a great snapshot. 20% of what you people remember 20% of what they hear, 30% of what they see, and 70% of the combination of both. So what they hear and see at the same time. So this is a great perspective on the importance of the video and the impact of video. So once you have your goals, I mean, you have to focus on your goals and your budget, and you've determined those. Now you have to decide on the content. What are you going to say in the video? What kind of copy and text you're going to say? So it's definitely probably one of the first challenges, one of the main challenges of any company is they don't know what to include in the video. Is it the right content? Is it going to affect the brand? It's almost like rolling out a new logo or a new website. You have to really put the right thought into it, because you don't want to misrepresent your brand. Your branding team should be involved in the process, so they should be deciding on the content of the video, the story they're trying to tell, and how to reflect your tone and personality through the video shots and the content. Video marketing is content, right? Just content marketing, like producing a blog post or producing infographics, or even producing a webinar like this one. It has to be relevant, it has to be engaging. And the quality of the video, a lot of people take these for granted. But one of the number one reason, or the two main reasons that videos fail are not just the camera, but the sound, the quality of the mic, and the lighting involved. This is a huge, these two are huge factors in the success or the failure of a video. So right now in this day and age, getting a decent mic for less than $100. The lighting, you can get for $75 a nice umbrella with the lighting. So you can get some decent lighting, and you can always shoot outside. I know a lot of professionals who like to take shots during the day in the sunlight. So without the need for any lighting equipment. The quality of the camera is not an issue anymore. Now you can get a very high, a lot of pixels for very cheap. And, your camera is the number one indication for that. And always keep in mind that a poorly produced video can affect your brand negatively. So do not just take this for granted if you have a brand that you try to build. In the initial stages of the company, if you're testing out a small MVP or product, you might be able to get away with it. But as you grow and your competitors are fierce, you have to focus on something that's well produced if you're doing a product promo. All right, so let's talk about the script. Obviously, every video, you're telling a story. So you have to have a good writer on staff, or hire a good writer, or if you're good in telling stories, you can do it yourself. It's not difficult to come up with a story. It starts by profiling your competitors, by doing research on the most successful product videos, and there's tons of resources online, so you can see how certain products succeeded because they made great, straight to the point, short, compact videos. Always start by writing the script using the acronym BLOT, bottom line on top, meaning your purpose of the video. What are you trying to accomplish? What is the ultimate goal? So people know that's where they're following through with the video. You know, this is why certain movies they're named after the purpose of the video. An effective script could be 125 to 150 words. You know, again, it depends on what you're doing. If you're producing product promo, if you're producing tutorials, it's a completely different numbers involved. But this is just a general rule of thumb for an effective script. Always keep in mind that viewers have short attention span. So try to compact the main details in the first 10 seconds, and obviously you don't want to be too fast. But however, the first 10 seconds of your video should include critical points to give the user enough insights that they should continue through, or if they will drop off if they're not interested. Which is why the blot should be delivered within the 10 seconds. And you know, use the core main body for core messaging to explain the blot clearly and how you will do that, do what you're promoting. Usually credibility and associations can be shown in the beginning. You know, certain companies might associate themselves with big brands or with some certain successes right off the bat, just to kind of get the user's attention. It's almost like you're dating and you're trying to show off your personality in the beginning and you want to get the other person's attention. So how to write a script? You need a clear CTA. If you have a video and ultimate purpose of the video is driving traffic to your site, include a call to action or a button either within the video or towards the end. You've probably seen this a lot in YouTube videos where you have people linking or adding certain links throughout the video that links to the next episode or to the next thing they should be clicking on, etc., or even you know, certain actions that external links. I think they've added external links right now on YouTube. So having a call to action is important, so people can take the next step in case they've went through. So some suggestions: maybe you should space out your call to actions. Put one call to action 10 to 15 seconds through the video, which is where people start dropping off, and then space it out to the 30 seconds. You can show another call to action, and then towards the end of the video. This way you can capture the different segments based on the different progress of the video. So make sure you read it out loud to find out anything that sounds odd or doesn't align with your objectives when you're writing the script. And of course, you know, getting some feedback from your colleagues or other people in the market, or even random people like your family, can help with your script writing. So by doing it yourself, the ultimate purpose is you're saving money, you don't have the budget. So these are some tips that we wanted to share with you so you can do it yourself. There's always cheaper ways, like going to Fiverr or going to a friend and asking some free help, but there's a lot of options for you online. All right, so effective video content. This is broken down. You can see by color. The training courses are great video content. You see a lot of them online and popularity is high. The product demos, product promotions, customer testimonials, and brand image messaging. The best content will depend on your buyer persona. So if you've built your buyer personas, and we speak about this all the time, figuring out your target market, speak through your videos to your target. So if you're an IT company and you're talking to professionals who understand IT and some technical jargon, you can include some technical you know, stats and facts within your video. It's fine. But if you're targeting the novice moms and pops, or you know, somebody who's not technical and you're including technical terms, it might be a problem and there's a disconnect. So this is a quick chart. I think it's handy for you to look at it. Let's analyze the psychology of video. So what makes a video interesting? What makes someone take action through video? So here are some 4 psychological motivators when creating your video. So the first thing is humor. You know, obviously people like to watch humor. They want to laugh. They want to feel better, which is why a lot of these prank videos and comedy or comic videos are very popular. It captivates people. It makes them want to watch the whole thing, And some of the most successful pranks are the ones that have the ultimate reaction towards the end. So the voyeuristic thrills people are curious. This is a quick video of Justin Bieber. You can see it's a very low quality video. There's really nothing special to it. The audio is horrible. However, it got 500K views just because people took a sneak peek preview into someone sitting at a table while Justin Bieber is singing. And this is also the reason why live streaming is becoming more and more popular these days, is that you actually are going there to the location and you're doing what that other person is doing. You'll see a lot of artists and actors and singers, they use live streaming because they take people to their lives and they bring them into their experience, and they get thousands and thousands of views and feedback or engagement, to say. This is a great, brilliant video by Volvo. Most of you probably seen it. I'll go ahead and share it again with you. So the sense of suspense in this video is great. You know, a lot of people know Jean-Claude Van Damme. They know he's an action figure, and obviously his face. And then as you zoom out, you get the point they're trying to, the point they're trying to relate is that it's suspenseful, it's special, it's actually very accurate, which is what they want to tell people, is that the accurate driving is important. Brilliant video. Went viral immediately, and they made tons of remixes making fun of this of this sketch here. It's hilarious. The last point on the psychology of video is instant feedback. This is why YouTube Periscope allows you to see these likes flowing through the video as you're watching it. This is why they tell you how many people are watching it. You can see the comments coming through. I mean, commenting on a live video, engaging, liking, disliking, getting a reaction to it is, it's an amazing thing that didn't happen or was not available back, 10 years ago. And if it was available, it wasn't really used as much because of the social effect that we have now. So being able to engage and give instant feedback, you transport people to where the action is happening is critical. So these are the 4 interesting points. You might want to consider them when creating video. So again, I'll summarize them. You have the ability to instantly give feedback. You have the suspense factor, which reveals through the video sequences. You also have the funny part, when video is have some funny effect. And obviously not every video is the same. Your purpose might be different, but the comedy is a good part. And then you have the voyeuristic curiosity of people that want to take part of it. So play around these psychologies to create your next great video. Where should I share video? So most people know YouTube, Snapchat, and Instagram. Obviously, Facebook is killing it right now when it comes to video, native Facebook videos. Back in the days, everybody used to share YouTube on Facebook. Now most people upload them natively, and LinkedIn is taking the dive into this, and they're working on enhancing it. I mean, you do have other channels like Vimeo for high-res videos, but we're talking about the main channels that dominate. So where to share videos? According to research by Trust Media Brands, marketers prefer social media platforms over video platforms. So they prefer uploading videos to Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter over YouTube. That doesn't mean that they're not using YouTube. They just, the preference and the engagement they can measure is much further than that on YouTube. So a video on Facebook can get likes and comments from friends and friends of friends. It's more of a private network. in certain cases, whereas on YouTube it's public, so most people can watch it and most people can comment. There's no relationship between the people who are commenting, so that's huge. If I comment on a video that my friend commented on, I think there's a direct dialogue going on. So Facebook topped the list along with Twitter, Snapchat, and as you can see, the progression on TV is always at the bottom, the losing battles of TV commercials. So Snapchat won the big NBC who chose them to highlight the Olympics. Those who use Snapchat probably have seen Rio 2016 heavily. They've watched the videos, the latest news, and the stories coming through. It's the first time that NBC allowed coverage because they wanted to reach out to different demographics between the 18 and 24, which increases engagement for that particular segment. And they figured out to mesh different themes, images, short videos, and send them to external articles, which is part of the big campaign. Also, mesh theme snaps together for Usain Bolt winning another gold medal. And there's a lot of examples online. So those active on Snapchat probably have seen this heavily. Twitter partnered with NFL for live streaming during 2016. So you'll see that in the next fall seasons, and immediately 3 other major American leagues followed suit. The goal is to increase live streaming, and obviously with live streaming, you're right there. It's happening. You transport yourself, and most importantly, you can engage and comment and leave feedback on the live stream video. So YouTube has over 1 billion users. If you create a lot of informational content, YouTube is probably the channel for you. I think YouTube should be the channel for everybody, but it's not everybody knows how to use it, and even influencers on YouTube, not everyone make the amount of money that we think they do, because you can make money through videos. However, some people were able to make a living out of it, and some people actually upsell if they go viral, and they can really shut down their capacity. Like this instant viral video. So this particular person oversold their Chewbacca mask. I mean, she wasn't selling it. It just sold out in many retailers after she did the video. It went viral, and obviously it's it helped the retailers of this mask sell a tons of it. The thing about YouTube is that there are ways to organize your video and channels. There are ways to subscribe and organize your subscriptions. So it's a great tool. If you haven't used it, do it. Sign up to, if you want to make some money from it, create great informational videos and monetize through that. I mean, I know a lot of people who make decent living just by focusing on creating great content and producing it. Not to mention, you probably heard about all these stories, people becoming millionaires just by getting deals and things through their YouTube channel. So for LinkedIn, some videos, I mean, they added the capability to add videos now. I'm not sure if you can upload directly. I think just sharing videos and embedding them through the content. What I did on my LinkedIn profile years back is I created a short summary of who I am, and I created a link directly to my YouTube. So that was a photo that links out to a video, and after that, they allowed embedding my YouTube directly into my profile. So that gave me tons of visibility. I was getting tons of people asking for help or asking for feedback, and even potential business. Also within the group, so you can share your YouTube videos. Soon they will integrate it fully as a ability to upload a video directly, share it, and even roll it out through their API. So consider including videos on LinkedIn. And just because a lot of people are limited on resources, you can always be active on your 2 main channels like YouTube and Facebook, and then embed videos into your distribution channels like LinkedIn. So other places where to share your videos is on landing pages. So we've done a great session on the science of landing pages, how you should use it, the best practices. If you haven't watched it, definitely check out our video section of our blog. But using video can, again, increase the trust of people visiting the site. It gives people, within 30 seconds, they will know more about your product than them going through the whole site. Um, and make sure that you include your video above the fold so they don't have to scroll down. Make it engaging, not too lengthy. Have a call to action either on the video or right below it, and have a background behind it so it's not floating. These are some of the things. Obviously, you can play around and measure the performance accordingly. And soon enough, you will have some sort of personalization through video, showing a person's name when they come to watch it or something of that sort. Here are some examples of companies doing very well. So Intel, they created this campaign, Meet the Makers. This is a 5-part series showing what people are creating with their products. They made it less than 2-minute segments. They're mostly inspirational, and they're showing how their product transformed the lives of people. All right, great. So I'm sorry, I jumped through it because we're limited on time, but you can watch it once we distribute it, or even just search on YouTube, Meet the Makers. So this was an amazing factor in their video marketing campaign because they made this video inspirational and they were able to capture a large audience. We'll analyze this in a second. Reebok did the same with their own campaign. So they created the 25,915 days chronicled woman. So they're following her journey and relationship with running from her youth all the way to her later when as she got older. Very short video, and at the end they created a call to action that asks you to calculate your days. So they got a great engagement through it. They were able to relate the brand messaging that it's fitness, gives a sense of urgency, being active. So that was a great campaign as well. It went viral, a lot of views, and this is the call to action towards the end. So these are things that people don't really notice, is that these certain things take a lot of thought, and when you're creating your video and learning from webinars like this, or even watching videos on your own, notice how these brands include their logo at the end. They include the theme in the beginning and at the end as well, and then a call to action right there. So the main reason why these videos were successful is coming back to the psychology, right? So after the psychology, it's getting to people's emotions is the number one reason why videos are successful. Whether you're making them sad, whether you're making them happy, whether you're making them feel inspired, motivated. So whatever is that emotional hook that you've played on, it helps your video be successful. So they stayed within the brand messaging. They didn't really divert away from it. They didn't show, for instance, Reebok didn't show somebody cooking. Obviously, they showed somebody active, which is the whole brand messaging is. The videos were engaging, inspiring, so and also entertaining because there was a story behind it. So you followed through, and you wanted to know how this drama kind of progressed from the beginning to the middle towards the end. And they were short. Below the 2 minutes is a great time frame. All right, let's jump into analytics. which is coming towards the end before we take Q&As. So some of the tools to analyze your videos, and there are tons of them. We're probably going to do a session on video analytics next time, so I'll be quick and brief. Some of the tools you can have your built-in YouTube video analytics. Every video has its own metrics associated with it, and if you've used Google or YouTube, you will know how to get there. Very simple. These are some of the things you can look at, for instance, and I'll show you on the next screen. But you have built-in YouTube videos, built-in Facebook analytics, Google Analytics. There's ways to measure Wistia. It's a paid tool, and TubeMogul is also more towards the paid promoted videos and their performance that you can use as well. So if you look at these metrics, for instance, on the left is a YouTube snapshot. It gives you the views and the watch time. So this is the cumulative minutes. 819 views. It was a 1-minute video, I think, or some minute and 20 seconds. So this is the cumulative number of minutes, cumulative number of views, average duration, which is I think is good for a 1.5-minute video, and this is how it progresses. So it shows you, for instance, the first 30 seconds or below 40 seconds it was heavily viewed, and then after that people start dropping off. There was no revenue associated. Likes, dislikes, comments, shares, videos, and playlist subscribers. So this is great for measuring engagement, and these are some of the demographics that YouTube shares with you. So they tell you, for instance, where people are coming from, the traffic sources, which could be helpful, the playback, and the gender. So if you're an analytics buff and you like to look at these numbers and metrics, this is an amazing tool. Built in, you don't have to purchase anything external. YouTube also have a lot of metrics around videos. They show you, for instance, the 10 seconds views. So that's the rule that they have, is they tell you within the 10 seconds you had 627, and then they give you other metrics above the 10 seconds. But they know that most metrics or most views happen in the first 10 seconds of videos. And below they give you more insights for the average completion, for the reach, how many times it was viewed. Great built-in tools, no effort done from your side. Just when you upload them, they start tracking this stuff immediately for you. So how to improve your video marketing? There are things to do. You can use things like Wistia, because you want to know where people are dropping off, at what stage of the video, at 1 minute, or what fraction of the second exactly. Things like Wistia help you with that. The performance of your playlists and things like that. You can give it a shot. I'm not sure if they have a free sign up, but look at their site if you want to take your level, your video marketing to another level. So other questions you can ask. Does your video marketing campaign have a solid call to action? I've discussed that, putting a button at the end, in the middle, and throughout the different parts where you suspect people are actually leaving. Is your audience that you're targeting, if your video audience isn't converting, people may be uncertain about the next action. So your video is a little confusing. Make sure your blot is initially displayed and then continue through that message. It's a common problem with certain videos. Also, ask the question, is your campaign and your video targeting the right audience? Okay, so if you have, I mentioned before, if you're targeting IT, you can include certain IT terms in your video. If you're not, obviously it doesn't make sense. That means the content production and distribution. So if you're distributing your content on the wrong channel, it's not going to pay off because people are not going to understand it. They don't have a connection to it. Make sure the message is relevant when you're trying to reach your target audience, and make sure everything's optimized for mobile, because most of your views are coming from mobile these days. So if you're embedding things on your site, you have to think about making them mobile friendly with the width and so on. A lot of these videos, video channels like YouTube and Facebook, obviously they do the work for you, but if you're embedding them on your sites and your landing pages, make sure that they are responsive accordingly. So these are some tools. I'll go over them in 1 minute, and so they're available for you. These are Flipagram. You can take your, I think, Instagram, or you can just mesh a bunch of images together to make a nice video, a slideshow. Go Animate is an amazing tool if you want to do those animated videos yourself without having to involve people. You can take a look at it. They have a free sign up. It costs around $40 per month after that, after your free trial. Definitely worth using. You can do animated videos. You can do promotional for promotional reasons or for educational reasons or whatever it may be. YouTube has an integrated editor. So if you want to upload your own video and use their integrated editor to cut up and add audio and mesh up a couple of videos, I think you can do that. It's a free service, obviously. YouTube is great. And hopefully they keep on enhancing their video capability because it's kind of limited at this stage. WeVideo, I never used them. I think it's a web-based editor, created digital stories out of still videos and audios. So I think it's a great tool if you have like multiple videos shot randomly and you want to put them together and add some audio to it. Video is also another tool with some additional metrics behind it. They offer a free plan, 45 seconds or less. If longer, the price is more than that. There's a lot of more tools. Powtoons is another one. You know, there's Video Scribe. So if you look around, you can even buy blocks of videos that are highly produced, very good quality and very good shots. Video Blocks is one of the sites, videoblocks.com. You can buy video for $30 and include that video as a shot in your production. So you don't have to, for instance, fly over New York City and take a shot because you would like to include that. You can buy that already. Check it out, videoblocks.com. All right, so with that, we'll conclude our session. I would like to take any questions at this stage. So does anybody have any questions on video marketing, on distribution, on how to get started, or any of that stuff?